Innovation and creation are such powerful abilities. Innovation and creation are such powerful abilities to have. To wake up in the morning with a brand new product idea and to be able to honestly say that you have so many ideas and not enough time to create them all is a great feeling indeed. It's also very profitable, as you can imagine. Thankfully, this is no naturally occurring phenomenon and can be learned, practiced and mastered to the point of at least one new idea a day. The great thing here is that this doesn't just apply to online marketing either. It can be put to use in almost any type of business you can think of. All you need is the ability to observe, listen and pay attention to what's going on around you, and the ability to think laterally. It's not a complicated process at all, and doesn't even require an amazing imagination or creativeness. Strange that most people don't seem to have this ability, yet it's sitting there, ready for the taking. I'm going to teach you how to use this simple method now. Practice makes perfect, but start now, and along with the info products guides that follow, you'll be able to come up with ideas for, and create as many products as you want, whenever and however often you wish to do so. Goals of this section: to get your creative juices flowing. To get you creating products and services using ideas you never thought you could come up with. To make sure that you always have folders packed with ideas and inspiration for future products and services. To show you how to bring your new ideas to life, where others are stuck with an empty screen and writer's block. To open your mind and encourage free thinking. To show you the methods I use every day to come up with many new ideas without even having to think about it. To immediately throw out that notion of not having any products to promote and never have to find yourself there again. To inspire you and give you and your business a shove in the forward direction. To get you to start taking action on every idea you have. You'll never have nothing to do ever again. To show you how to develop ideas into multiple products, ideas that didn't seem viable at all when you first thought of them, that go on to make tens of thousands of dollars worth of sales. Getting creative. The lifeblood of our businesses. Creating valuable products from the limited resources we have at hand, and turning them into something that's commercially viable, to be sold to people or businesses all over the world. It's what we do, and just taking this step and creating something that sells should make you very proud of yourself indeed. With a limited budget, and a tiny amount of resources, we can still create something amazing. The problem is, most people don't know how to do this properly, or effectively. People I meet every day tell me they wish they could start their own businesses, and even some close friends have come to me and told me this. My usual reaction is, so if you want to, why don't you? And aside from the "I don't have enough money" replies, the most common thing they say to me is, "I can't, because I don't know what to sell." That's a huge problem in itself. One which I'm going to try and solve for you today, right here, right now, so much so that you'll have no problem coming up with ideas for new and exciting products that can viably be sold to a market that either already exists, or one you create for yourself in extreme circumstances. I'll show you how later. If that sounds complicated, or you're worried that you don't have the imagination, or you never get any good ideas, don't be. That's why I'm here, and why I'm writing. To show you that you don't have to be some super genius that comes up with multi-million-dollar ideas on a daily basis to be successful. Now I'm really hoping that this will inspire you, and all the time you're here reading, be thinking about what kind of products that you can create. As we go through each point, it'll be easier to come up with ideas. There's also something else I'd like you to not worry about, and that's the amount of ideas you're going to come up with. If it's just one, great. If it's more, that's great too. Let me tell you though, once you've launched a product, the ideas flow even more easily, and the longer you spend analyzing and working within a particular market, the more ideas you'll come up with, some even directly through trying to overcome problems and any brick walls you may hit whilst developing your own business. I'll be honest with you, last night I put down the plan for this part of course and what I wanted to cover, but I had to stop partway through because ideas just kept coming to me. I've got another 5 products now that I'm hoping to release within the next 2 years, not mention the other folders full of concept ideas that have yet to be developed. Keep everything. That one piece of advice is keep everything. If you haven't got one already, head into the folder containing all your business ideas, and create an in concept folder. This is where you'll put your ideas, the good, the bad, and the downright crazy. No matter what it is, every time you come up with something, create a new notepad file, name it with your new and working product name, and write a short excerpt inside on what it's going to do for the person that buys it, and then go back to what you were working on. The reason for this won't mean much if you haven't already got some ideas in here, so I'll explain after we've got you your first new ideas. Getting the ideas flowing. Alright, so let's get some ideas flowing and look at exactly how to create some products. There are 3 main means and methods to creating products, and 1 way to cheat and use other people's products. Oddly enough, it's rare that this is done correctly, but either way, let's look at some examples and get some ideas going of your own first. The first and probably the most widely used is the improvement factor. It's real simple and something that you should definitely learn to look out for. It's one of those annoying things that you can't get out of your head once someone's pointed it out and you start noticing it, and that's a good thing, because it means more ideas for you. Something that you may grumble about to friends, family or work colleagues in passing could be your next product. You can take this product, use its concept and its basic idea and improve it to suit your needs even better than it did before. This is constantly happening with everything, and I guarantee you'll find loads of these daily. Look around, the next cell phone is just another cell phone, but better. It's still a cell phone, but it has more features. Problems and solutions. Let's look at it another way. We all have problems, right? Products and services are there to help us solve those problems, but when you've found a problem with the product that's supposed to solve the problem in the first place, there's your way in. That's your little space there to recreate these products, but give them a twist. Make them better, faster, cleaner, more reliable, more cost-effective, better presented, you get the idea. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not telling you to go out, buy people's stuff, and just clone it and give it a fancy new name and change the layout a bit and sell it on. Aside from probably getting you into trouble with copyright laws and such, it's just not practical or ethical. What I am showing you though is that you can take basic ideas, and you can make them a better solution to a specific problem from the ground up. Now, no matter how much I tell you this, nothing that I know of is better than a little bit of practical experience. What I want you to do is program this method into the back of your mind. I can't guarantee that you've come up with something already. If you have, great, but it's most likely that you won't have. Not to worry. That's because you're probably not using any particular products right now aside from your chair, your glasses and maybe a drink. Go about your business. Mix with your market. So here's what I want you to do. When you're done reading this, go about your day-to-day business in the normal way, but notice everything. If you're in online marketing, every time you use a product that doesn't have an option or a feature that would make your life easier, note it down. Whatever your field of expertise, the best way to come up with ideas and innovations related to releasing a product into that particular market is to get in there and start using other people's stuff and really brining to the front of your mind the problems that you encounter when using them. It's hard when you're looking from the outside in to come up with these ideas, so I don't want you to worry if you haven't come up with anything viable yet. It's likely because you aren't using other people's stuff right now. Once you've been doing this for a few days, you'll learn to spot things like this almost by second nature, and you won't have to keep actually looking for problems and improvements that you could make. Start practicing now, and once it starts to sink in, you'll find yourself randomly stop and announce that the product you're using isn't correctly addressing your needs, and you'll be able to add something into that concept folder that does address your needs correctly, or more quickly, or more reliably. Keep it in mind, and practice it often. Mix with your market. If you're not using a selection of products and services in the market you're thinking of breaking into, you won't get any ideas. That'd be like me trying to come up with an innovative new idea to introduce. Watch the next part of this video. If you like what you saw, please help us to share, subscribe or like our channel.